Quick tip. Do not hang around people. Do not hang around people that do things that you don't agree with. You get me? Like, think about that. Why would you be around people or surround yourself with people who do things that isn't in your moral code? Who do things that you wouldn't be caught dead even thinking about doing, right? The people coming up in this generation, they think that just because they didn't put their hands to the task and do something, but they witnessed it, 111 on my timer, they think that they're off scot-free. They think that, oh, since I didn't physically do it with my hands, then I'm not responsible for it. That is the thinking of a child. Maybe between 5 and 10 years old. You ever heard of being an accomplice? You don't have to commit the actual crime to be penalized for it. All you had to do was know about it, be around for it. But you knowing that it was wrong didn't take any actions to make it right. Or you didn't speak up and defend who needed defending that was not in that room to defend themselves. And especially if you know that the person that's being stalked, bullied, whatever, especially if you know that person is innocent the whole time, and you sit around and you're closed mouth, but these are your friends, this is who you roll with, this is your crew. Well, yeah, this is your crew, so you're gonna go down with your crew. Birds of a feather flock together. Those sayings, some of those sayings are real, true to the letter. Birds of a feather flock together now. Together. It's simple common sense if you stop and actually think about it. Right? People do things so robotically. They do things without thinking. They do things repetitive, on repeat, without even thinking about it. And then when the situations arise, 3:45 on my timer, they can't, by the life of them, they can't understand why did they get caught up? Why did they get in trouble? Why did they lose money? Why do they feel like there's a bad luck following them or a black cloud, dark cloud following them? It's because of the ones you're connected to. Or it's you doing it. But if you're connected to those that are doing it, even if you're not doing it, you're guilty of it. You're guilty of it. Why? Because you made a decision, conscious decision, that these are my friends. This is my crew, these are my people. So if these are your people, this is your crew, then you must be just like them, right? For on my timer. You must be just like them. You must think just like them. You must act just like them. That's all anybody's going to see if they see you involved with certain groups of people. They're not even going to ask any questions. Why? Because everybody else acts the same in the group, so you must be the same. You must do the same things they do. Why? Because you roll with them. You co-sign their BS. So you must do what they do, no matter what you're telling me with your mouth. Of course you would say that I wasn't there, I wasn't a part of it, but you must be because you're friends with these people. You're seen with these people on a regular basis. You do everything with these people. Am I making sense? Yeah. Yeah. So, and beloved, I don't feel like I have to say this to you guys, right? But there are younger ones coming up behind this. So I guess it's a universal message, okay? Because yeah, it does go for everybody, right? You are who you hang around. Period. Period. Unless you are unaware of what people do, which is pretty hard to be unaware unless you're just oblivious. And unless you're unaware, and more times than not, even if you're unaware, you're still guilty of it because you should better assess people, things, and situations that you're a part of, places you put yourself in. There are things that you should think about before you even do so. Just like I learned when I was young, not to just hop into anybody's car. Even if my friend is pulling up telling me, hey, bro, hop in, bro, even though I know I've never seen them in that car a day in my life, whose car is that? Do you get me? Whose car is that? Because I guarantee you, you hop in that car, you and that friend get pulled over, guess what that friend's gonna do? Hmm? That friend's gonna blame you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That friend's gonna say, "Oh, this is my friend's car. He said it was his mom's. I was just driving it." And the next thing you know, they're coming to bring you out the passenger seat, throwing you in the back seat, and your friend gets to go home. And that right there was a whole test. A test to see what you were gonna do. A test to see if you were gonna stop and think what type of situation this may be or may not be. Bible says my people perish for a lack of from a lack of knowledge. Meaning, just because you don't know it doesn't mean that you can't perish, that you won't perish. You know why? Because God is always speaking. God always gives signs. God always uses his creation to speak to his people. Are you paying attention? Most of the time, people don't really wake up, and even not even then, unless they have a near-death experience. Then they're. Let's not let it get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking as if I haven't been there. I'm speaking because I've been there. So I know what it feels like to be on that, and to I know what it feels like. Okay? It's not a good feeling. 616 on the stove. I just love when the Lord does that. I just I just do. Uh, but I'll holla. All right. I just see. Okay. Sorry, I was gonna say something. I'll holla at y'all later. All right. Hey.